Give it a second. Make sure somebody can hear me. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Sorry, I'm just testing some things out here, making sure everything is all right. There we go. Just wanted to make sure. Hey, Levita, how's it going? All right, yep, here in Texas. Here in Texas, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm conflicted on how I want to start this. And no, it's not an emotional thing. It's not no, oh hey, is Kirby going on a rant today? Because I'm not. Well, if I do, it's not because of what you think I'm gonna go on a rant for. Of course, I mean we just started out the gun. I'm not about to sit here with the Charlie Kirk incident. I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, he's a great man. He's this kind of man. He's that kind of man. I don't know him. I don't vouch for people I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of his rhetoric, a lot of his conversations, and a lot of the debates that he's had. And I watched them way before, you know, social media got a hold of, pushing one narrative or the other. My only thing is, and I'm not saying you gotta like him. I'm not saying you gotta dislike him. My only thing is when you can't have a conversation with somebody and it gets to the point where people want to be violent towards you. And let's be honest, there's way more people that's more egregious. Even if we believe Charlie Kirk is, fringe, he's way off. I mean, I ain't dropping no names, but Charleston White, he call out names and call people mamas and daddies and boyfriends and everything else and kids, whatever. But even with all that, he's still doing his thing. I'm not about to sit here and say, "Oh, make the world a better place. Everybody should hug." Uh, People die all the time. People die all the time. I mean, it's sad that it was him. I mean, a lot of the message that he was saying, I think it was very informative. I thought it was very um, enlightening. Even again, agree or disagree, I believe there's a lot of education going both ways. So, just want to put that out there. But whatever happened, the man did get killed sharing his opinion. He backed it up with a lot of facts, but he was sharing his opinion. So that's all I'm saying about this. I'm not about to, have a kumbaya moment. I'm not about to say everybody should hold hands and pray and sing together. It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Next thing up. Hey, Lilo. Hey, how's it going? All right, let's get into it. All right, first things up. So I've hit the Charlie Kirk narrative. I just wanted to make sure I hit that and just push on past it. All right, first thing up. For all the people that's out there, Trump supporter, MAGA, that don't believe Trump can give out wrong data. I told you 2 weeks ago. I said it 2 weeks ago that the economy, and I said it way before that. I've said we was in a rolling white collar recession many months ago. Then the BLM, the former BLM chief, she got fired about a month ago, I believe now, because she revised the jobs numbers down for the previous couple months. This was the same BLM chief that revised Joe Biden's employment numbers down 800,000 for the year 2024. Why was she still in office after she did that? I don't know. I blame that on Trump. But after she came revised the numbers down 100,000, I believe it was in May or June. She revised the numbers down 100,000. The next thing you know, she gets let go, and Trump said the economy's doing way better than that. So then Trump put in his own guy. And the BLS reported this week that not only was the previous person correct, but over the past year, the job numbers in the United States was overstated by 911,000 jobs. So that means almost 1 million jobs fewer have actually been created in the United States. And then if you go to other anecdotal numbers out there, the number is up to almost 1.23 million of people that's not employed that the government thought was employed. So to the people that don't believe that numbers or the economy was doing better, because Trump just said it was doing better, numbers don't lie. It's not doing better. But with the numbers not doing better, it also did one thing that Trump wanted, and that was to have the interest rate cut. And everybody know that I've been a proponent all year. Do not cut the interest rates. Just let the United States, let America figure out how to live with higher interest rates. But if these numbers was correct, starting in January, starting in February and March, I would have changed my tune a little bit. If the unemployment rate was at 4.3 or right now, and I think it's going to go up to 4.5 by the time we get to the next month or so, I would have said cut the rates in September or October. And I believe that's what the Fed will do at the meeting coming up in the next couple of weeks. So that's just out there. Just want to let you know the white collar recession, is alive and well. And a white collar recession, for the people that don't know, is a period of declining employment, stalled compensation, lower hiring cycles, specifically for salary and professional white collar jobs. And then you add in automation, you add in AI, and I'm just gonna be real with you guys. White collar jobs, office jobs where you sit there, do redundant tasks, or you do a process that can be easily step by step, it can be automated. So I know the narrative is always, hey, make sure your kids go to school so they can get an office job so they ain't sweating and busting their butt in the fields or in a plant or being a plumber or being an AC guy. Being honest, those are jobs the AI ain't taking over. So you can keep pushing the narrative of having your kids go to school and keep sitting in office, keep sitting in office. But I'll bet dollars to donuts, eventually those jobs will be erased. Not all of them, but majority of them. You still need people that's proficient in that task in case the AI system, the automation system break down, but you're not going to need the massive number of people that you need today. Or you've seen yesteryear. Guys, I've actually been in offices where the starting head count, let's say maybe 10 years ago, was 1,800 people, and now the head count in those offices is less than 150, all because of AI and automation. So be cognizant and understand that there. So that's the white collar recession. That is the jobs number. We have 4.3% unemployment. Again, I believe that they will cut interest rates in September. And cutting interest rates is not what everybody think it is. Cutting interest rates is cutting the overnight borrowing costs for banks. So if you're looking at a yield curve, the short term, meaning overnight borrowing rates, if that's this side, and then the 30-year treasury is on this side, the yield curve should go like this. The only thing that the Fed controls is the beginning of the yield curve. Everything else after that, 7-month, 10-year, 7-year, 20-year, all of those bonds, it's free floating. It's based off supply and demand. If the interest rate is low, that means it's fear. People are buying bonds because that's the most quote unquote secure investment out there. U.S. debt, because U.S. has not ever defaulted on their debt yet. So what they do is they buy the bonds, and when they buy the bonds, the yields come down. But again, they usually only buy bonds in fear. If they think the economy is doing good, they will go to riskier assets, i.e. the stock market, and then the yields will go higher. If the yields are higher, then your mortgage rates will be higher. Your auto loans will be higher. Your credit card interest rate will be higher. The reason why a lot of people sitting there on 2, 3, 4% interest rates on their home is because of COVID. Everybody got fearful, and then the Fed dropped the interest rate to zero, and everybody bought U.S. bonds. That's how you got your interest rate on your loans that low. So understand, if it's fear, low interest rates. If it's euphoria and everybody thinks the market is good, the interest rates go higher. So understand that. And the Fed got other tools. They can buy mortgage-backed securities. They can buy debt to try to artificially keep the rate down. They can do a lot of different. They got a lot of arrows in their quiver. But just understand that's how it works. So just because the Fed announced, "Oh, we're going to cut the rates," that don't mean that the mortgage rates are going down. Matter of fact, they cut the rates 50 basis points in December 2024, and the mortgage rates were higher. Okay, so now you know. Let's see what else we got here. I'm working on some older notes. This is before all the madness happened. Earlier in the week. No skin in the game. I've talked to a lot of people about investing. And again, y'all please put your comments in the comment section. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Again, I was conflicted on how I wanted to start this whole video. So sorry to mention that. Put any comments, questions, concerns in the chat. I actually was going to do this video at the barbershop, but somebody wiser than me, smarter than me said, well, you got background noise. You're going to have people talking. You're going to have all this. So I decided to stay here in the hotel and do it, then go to the barbershop and then chop it up with those guys. But no skin in the game. I talked to a lot of people in different economic backgrounds and different socioeconomic backgrounds, different races, cultures, religions. But when you get to the middle class and the lower middle class, and we're talking about investing, it's always, how do I get a lot with doing a little? What I mean by that is, a question that I always get is, how much do I have to put in? Is there a way that I could put in $100 and just let it ride? And then hopefully make a lot more? The answer is no. For those who give little, get little. So just think, if you put $100 in the stock market and the stock market go up 100%, you made $100. If you put $100 in real estate, we can say it's real estate, like it's Monopoly, and it goes up 100%, you made $100. $100 is not going to change your life. $100 ain't going to do nothing. Hell, especially in 2025, you might can go to the grocery store and get one bag of groceries. Maybe. So when I say invest is a constant everyday thing, or every week thing, every monthly thing. Whenever you get income, it has to be constantly over and over and over again. Now, if you build a big position, let's say you in, I don't know, I'm just going to throw out a stock out there. Stock ABC, that's what I say. Stock ABC, and then now you got, let's say the stock is $1. Let's just use that. Y'all know I'm not buying dollar stocks, but let's just use that. And then you got 10,000 shares. You got 20,000 shares. Then maybe you want to pivot to do another investment to call yourself diversifying. Fine. But now think, if it costs $1 a share, you got 10,000 shares, that means you put $10,000 in. Now the stock go up 100%. Now you got $10,000. If the stock go up 500%, you got $50,000 plus the principal that you put in. But if you put $100 in there and it go up 500%, you got $500. Still, you can't even pay your damn rent with that. If you want to make money in investing, you have to put skin in the game, in any kind of investing. I've been investing for a while, and I still can't remember one investment, only probably Bitcoin, that if you put $100 in there back in 2008, 2007, and you magically had the willpower to hold it all the way to now, that you've made money off of it. I mean, serious money off of it. But that's cryptocurrency. 99% of the people don't even know what cryptocurrency is. Oh, they know the name, but they don't even know how it works. So you got to put skin in the game. If you don't, you're going to sit there and wonder, oh, how much can I invest? And I always tell people when they ask me how much should I invest, I always say, as much until it hurts. As much until it hurts. I know the next question will always be, well, they always look for the worst case scenario. Oh, well, now mind you, they ain't investing at all now. and they just blow the money on everything. But what if something happens? And then I say, what happens? I said the worst thing that can happen if you start being focused, intentionally dedicated to investing, the worst thing that can happen to you is you will have more money. Now I know what people thinking. Y'all thinking, oh well, no, the worst thing that can happen is I'll lose all the money. What's so different than you are now? You're still losing all the money every week and every paycheck now. Just you might have hit the club, you might have hit, you might have hit the bar, you might have got a tattoo or something, but you're still broke now. So what difference is it making? But if you sit there and get focused and understand one investment vehicle, and I don't care where it is, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's business, I don't care if it's the stock market. And y'all know in the stock market, the thing I say, just keep it simple, stupid. If you don't want to sit there and really understand the market, just invest in SPY or invest into something that mimics or give the reference to a SPY via ETF, VOO. You can go FX, AIX, as far as mutual funds or something like that. But that's all you need to do is consistently put money in there. But that's what it is. I know people say, oh man, investing boring. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's get paid, invest, wait to get paid to invest, wait to get paid to invest. And then over time, again, over time, it grows. Investing is boring. If people actually sat here and looked at my life and what I did, it was boring. I'm not sitting here all day clicking and clacking and, I made $20 here, I made $500 here. I just get the money, put it in investments, and then go about my day. Now, do I have some advanced strategies on, maybe some option, straddles, maybe some collars going on, or maybe some different things going on like that? Yeah. So I might be looking at it more than the average person, but the investing part, this is get paid, invest. Get paid, invest. Now, if somebody could pull up the chart or go look on Google or anything like that, and we just talking about SPY. I started investing in March 2009. March 2009. And I'm just looking at the chart myself because I forgot what the price was back then. March 2009. I'm trying to find it here. So yeah, March 2009. It just so happened to be close to the bottom of the great financial crisis. And then just think, the SPY, the same thing I always tout and push, was at 80. Wait, what was that? Let me see. It was at $75 a share. $75 a share. So had I, again, I don't know then what I know now. I mean, I'm in there now, but had I started there and I just kept investing in SPY and put all my money in the SPY, from then till now, it's up over 700%. So if I've got $200,000 in there at that time, or I was able to accumulate it over that time, then I'm sitting at $1 million. And actually, it's way higher than that percentage-wise. I was just trying to round it up. But that's what it is. Only thing you got to do, understand SPY still, even though it's that many percentage points higher than it was during the Great Recession, it's still the best place to put your money. Because the only thing you got to do is look at the history of it. And I'm staring at the chart right here. And I'm sorry I can't share my screen. I'm not that advanced on the technology curve. But I'm sitting here looking at it. Yeah, the Great Financial Crisis, it was at 71. But the dot-com bubble, it was at 63. But if you go back to 94, it was only at $30 a share. And if you go back further than that, it was lower than that. Over history, as the value of the dollar gets lower, the price of assets will go up. I know that's a little complex right there, so I'll say it again. Over time, as the value of the dollar gets lower, the price of assets will go up. And the only thing you know, the reason why you know the value of the dollar is getting lower is because the same thing that you could buy. I remember going to the grocery store in the 80s and we could fill up 2 grocery carts for $100. Now we can get maybe a bag and a half of groceries for $100. It's not, it's because the value of the dollar has went down. I mean, everybody talk about, oh, I remember my grandma bought a house for $12,000. Yeah, because the value of the dollar has went down and the price of assets go up as the value goes down. That's how it works. Of course, inflation. Inflation brings the value of the dollar down. And that's really what they're saying when they're saying inflation. Inflated price means less value for the dollar. And you can see this thing in Mexico, the peso. You can see it in a lot of countries where this happened. Turkish lira. All y'all buying the Iraqi dinar. It's all that. It's the same. It's the same concept. Values are going down. Asset prices are going up. So what that tell you is, if you know the value of the dollar is going to continue to go down, the value of assets are going to go up. The thing that should tell you is you should be buying assets. Every chance you should get, you should be buying assets because the value of assets will go up. And people, buying a car is not an asset. I was talking to a gentleman last night, and he was like, man, what do you do with your money? I said, I just keep buying assets. That's literally what I do. So when everybody humming and hawing, bitching, moaning, complaining about what's going on in the world, I'm still buying assets. Because the people who have assets, no matter what economy we go in, they're still going to win. So just let's take it for a quick second, and then I'm going to get into the National Guard thing real quick. And then I'm going to answer questions also. If a recession happens, let's act like the great financial crisis happened again and people lose their homes. They still need a place to stay. Am I right or am I right? And people that buy homes now, they will be able to rent their homes even in a recession. If you look, during the Great Recession, the only thing that went up was the rent. So what do that mean? More money for investors. Because the demand for rentals was so high, the price went higher for tenants and the rent that they was paying. Yeah, now it's some big conglomerates out there that couldn't fill their places, but all in all, for the 5 units and below, they had no problem filling their units at all. But rents actually went up during the Great Recession. So if you keep buying assets, no matter what economic climate in, because inflation will always be here with us, just like Jesus said, I'll always be here with you. Inflation will always be here with us. So you can complain about the game or you can be part of it. That's it. If you want to sit there and complain about it, have at it. But I'm just going to keep going at it. And then now this last thing, speaking of home buying, I just remember this. Asset buying. I just remember this. I got a lot of messages about the National Guard in D.C. National Guard, I don't know if they went to Chicago yet. And again, I'm keeping it about the money. This is 100% about the money. And then I believe they went into Memphis, I want to say last night. I haven't been brushing up on actually what's going on in that arena. I've been doing other things, but I believe they went to Memphis last night or yesterday. For anybody that's outside those cities and talking about what should be going on in the cities, come on, man. Come on, man. I understand everybody want to watch one side of the news. I watch both. I see people that look like me at football games laying on the ground, watch shootouts going on. And then I turn the channel and then I see people that don't look like me, that don't look like those people that's laying on the ground, standing in downtown Chicago talking about, give us our streets back. You shouldn't take over our streets. Again, I'm about to keep this straight to the money. So for all those areas that get hit, where drive-bys are going on, what do you think that happened to the value of those properties in those areas? They're going down. I just happen to be just looking at some just random houses in Chicago on some of the side. They sell a house for like $12,000-$15,000. Come on, man. Why? Because they're bad neighborhoods. And again, if you don't study history, then you don't know what happens. Again, the minorities is sitting there getting shot at, but it's everybody that don't live in Chicago that's getting shot at that's saying, give us our streets back. Oh, let Chicago, we good. We already got the policing. Imagine that. Study history. Harlem. Harlem, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, that was the black Mecca in the United States. You go to Harlem today, you'd be lucky to find a black person. Why? Because it perpetually got worse, worse, worse. The values perpetually went down, down, down. And the same people that's at the rally saying, that don't look like the people that's in the condition, saying, save our streets, are the same people that's going in these neighborhoods, buying up the houses on the low. Then they bring in the police and be like, okay, make sure my stuff's safe. And the same black people that was in there, they got to move the hell out. And they damn near need a passport to get in the old neighborhoods that they've been in. So if you ask me, am I 100% for the National Guard going into Chicago, going into DC, going into Memphis? Hell yeah. I want to see the minorities' assets grow. Just think, if they cleaned up the crime in Chicago, mama and them and grandma and them house on 5th Street or in the 5th Ward, that's $12,000 now, it's going to jump to $80,000, $100,000. Come on, man. Let's use our brains. Stop letting everybody just fucking manipulate us any which way out there. So we want our people to stay in this condition, and y'all see the news. Don't act like you don't see the news. 53 people getting shot, 57 people getting shot. Fuck Trump. We ain't even talking about Trump. I'm talking about our people getting screwed over financially, and we just want to keep letting it happen. Because a whole bunch of people that's not even from Chicago, not even from Memphis, not even from DC, want to go down there and say, give us our streets back. To go back to what? Go back to our people getting shot again? Come on, man. Y'all use your brain. All right, like I said, I wasn't going off on Charlie Kirk. I knew I was going to go off on something, and that was what it was. So for all you knuckleheads that's in there running their mouth, y'all won't even go to Chicago y'all damn self without a gun, bulletproof vest. But y'all saying, oh, the street's good over there in Chicago. Hell no. Come on now. All right, let me go through some more. All right, hard work versus smart work. And then I'm gonna wrap it up here, and then I'm gonna hit these questions. Hard work versus smart work. I know a lot of people pride themselves on saying, oh, I'm a hard worker. That's cool. If you mean hard worker as, oh, I'm going to go to a job and I got 2 or 3, 4 jobs and I'm working 12, 15, 18 hours, God bless you. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. But understand, the employees or the people that work jobs, they are taxed the most. This is what it is. That's just how the tax code works. Even at your job, the hardest workers are not the people that's at the upper echelon of the organization. Hard work versus smart work. Whatever you're doing, you got to figure out how to work smarter at what you're doing. I mean, I remember back in the day, everybody used to talk about, oh yeah, he's a hard worker. He got 4, 5, 6 jobs. And at first, being young, naive, I thought, oh, that's a good thing. And then when I got older, I said, oh, the reason why people got 5, 6 jobs is because they can't find one job to pay enough. They don't have the skills to have one job that pay enough. Which is fine. And like I always said, and I said last week, people, we got to learn how to get our skills up. And I'm not talking about get our skills up by going to pay for college. I'm saying Google University, YouTube University, you can get your skills up doing anything. If you need to be a coder, if you need to learn how to write scripts, if you need to learn about SQL, SAP, and I had a conversation with a gentleman yesterday, you can Google or YouTube classes on how to do it. And then you practice. And then when you go on a job application and they ask you, do you have knowledge on how to do that? Then the answer is yes. They ain't asking, oh, what university you went to and how much you paid to get it. So we got to start thinking smarter than just the old barbaric ways that we used to do. Working hard is good, but work hard to make it make sense so you can make more money. That you can do something with it. Not just sit here and just say, oh yeah, man, I'm just a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. You doing all that hard work, working 15, 18 hours a day, and you ain't even got no damn time to spend it. What sense do that make? Well, me, I'm gonna say invest it, but you know what I mean. What sense do that make? All right, so let's go through the comments. Dom, he said, for future reference, you will not be welcome to Ray's Boom Boom Room. I don't know what Ray's Boom Boom Room is, but thanks, Dom. I'm glad I'm not invited no more. Ludine, hey, how's it going? Jay, what are the top 3 assets we should be buying? I mean, to each his own. To each his own. I'm not saying you got to buy what I'm doing. You got to do what I'm doing. I'm just saying that you got to be professional in one and do it. I mean, of course, the top assets out there, you can say the stock market. Me, do I believe that is getting to overpriced? Yes. The housing market. Y'all know how I feel about the housing market. There's always opportunity if you actually do the work and go through the process. It's a lot of different things that's out there, but just find one and then buy the asset. I mean, I'm not gold. I think gold is stretched, but gold is an asset. But I'm not a fan of you buying it as an asset to hold over. Businesses, seller financing businesses. We've talked about this too. Again, it's easier to buy revenue than create revenue. I'll say it for the people that's in the back. It's easier to buy revenue than create revenue. Y'all notice on this channel, I haven't said I built the duplex, I built the fourplex, I built a business. I always said I buy them because they're already generated. And then I capitalize on what they're already generating to try to get them to make more. Because it's easier to buy revenue than create revenue. So you can take that for what it's worth. I know people might have a comment or be upset at what I said. Especially everybody that want to start a business from ground level. Stop worrying about starting business from the ground level. Boomers out here, Generation X out here, they try to sell business, get rid of business because, hey, some just don't know what they're doing. Some just old as hell and their kids don't want to take it over. It's many opportunities out here. Only thing you got to go, biz for sale. It's a lot of, just Google business for sale in my area. Or you can narrow it down to your niche or something that you want. It's opportunities out there, but you got to look. Nobody ain't going to sit there and hand it to you. And yes, you're going to have to put skin in the game. You're going to have to put more than $3 down on a scratch off to start making money in business. It ain't going to be all roses and bubbles. It ain't going to be how everybody make it look on YouTube. Oh, I own 6 businesses. Look what I'm doing on the beach. No, it's hard work. It's a lot of late night calls. I know one person for sure that tell you when we started the barbershop, I know I got on her damn nerve. I called and emailed her every damn day for like 2 months straight. I know she might go in the comments and say preach, but yeah, it's not just, oh, okay, I buy it, I'm good, let me go book a vacation. This is not. Even when I go buy rental properties, I buy rental properties and I make it sound easy, like, yeah, I just buy it and I pass it off to the property management. But I'm still dealing with contractors, so I'm upgrading the place. I'm making sure everything is running efficiently. I'm talking with the property managers, making sure the streamline is there for what I want for my tenants that's going to move in there, already in there, or the screening process, or how we're going to tackle different avenues. It's not just, set it and forget it off the jump. Eventually it can get there, but it's not like that off the jump. So people stop believing that that's how easy it is. That's how they make it. That's how easy they try to make it look. They'll show you how to ball out, and it looks cool on the internet. But the thing is, they're not showing you all the stuff they went through to get the money to ball out. All right, what else we got here? So, thanks for that question, Jay. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? They are in Tennessee. Thanks, Ludine. Let me know that. Yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. For all the people that are saying stop. Trump need to stop attacking Democrat states. I keep saying he's attacking Democrat cities, but now he's in Tennessee. Tennessee's a red state, so y'all can off that too. But again, if you just look up the cities with the highest crime rates, you'll be surprised who run those cities. That's all I'll say about that. And yes, I'm all for making, because we're gonna complain about redlining and gentrifying anyway. So instead of us complaining and being victims, do something about it. But you're not. Y'all just rather cry. All right, boy. Hey, what's going on, bro? For a first investment property, would you recommend commercial or residential? That's a great question. That is a hell of a question. I'm gonna be honest with you. Commercial is more easier, but it costs more. Let me say that again. It's easier, but it costs more. So when you have a problem commercial, it's gonna cost you more to fix it. But with how commercial is set up, maybe triple net, the inside of the buildings and all that, that's responsibility of the businesses. So that's why I say it's easier, but it's gonna cost you more. Hey, new, how's it going? But what I recommend for the first property, just to get your feet wet to understand how it go, it's gonna cost you more to start the projects and everything else if you go commercial. If you start off with a single family or duplex, triplex, fourplex, I recommend doing that just to see if you got a taste for it, a feel for it, and you understand all the nuances and things that can go wrong, and it costs you a lot less before you jump into the bigger projects, the bigger prices, and then you be like, what the hell just happened? But yes, commercial is easier to run, but it costs you a whole lot more. It looked like there's no other questions in the comment section. I'm gonna try to get this to. Wait, hold on. Okay, we got one. When Democrat city crime rates is lower, then the question should be why not red cities and states that are higher? I'm gonna go with do your research or give me some more data besides with red cities. Now they in red states and blue states. My hands are here. I saw the comment in the comment section, but I don't know what the heck that was. But yeah, can you provide more data for that, Stephanie White? But I believe he's in red states and blue states now. And again, I want those people in those cities to get their property values up so they can have some assets to have instead of being a victim of the crime that they are being part of, and then they go get gentrified, and then everybody's gonna complain about, oh look, they came in here and took our neighborhood. But we're the same ones that saying, oh, they should just let the crime keep going on. Any other questions out there? Well, all right. Y'all have a good one. I'm getting out of here. I'm pausing on purpose. I'm trying to see if it's another comment before I get out of here. But besides that, y'all have a good one. Have a good weekend. I'll be back in Florida for the next live. I believe I will be back in Florida for the next live. So we'll do that next week. Of course, keep looking at the weekly videos, the shorts, and all that other stuff out there. For everybody that is watching, thanks for your support. Please hit the like and subscribe. Please share this with friends. Still trying to grow the channel because I do like people going out there doing their thing. Ryan Can, thanks for the question. What is the easiest way to leverage real money into credit so you can keep your cash flow on hand? That's another video for another time, Ryan. But it's many ways that you can leverage real money into credit. And I mean, hell, you don't even need credit in a lot of these situations. And keep your cash flow going. You see it a lot, especially the people that pay attention to the stock trading and understand the margin accounts and all that. You buying assets, but you can still use cash flow from there to do other things with. But it's many ways to skin a cat on that one. But that's a good video topic that I will write down so I can bring that up. That's a good one. Uh, Anna, black communities long for change to break free from the cycle of generational poverty. Yet, when opportunities arise, they're overlooked, ignored, dismissed. Why? Um, that's a good question, Anna. I don't want to say what I want to say. But I don't know. I don't know why we still stuck, and I'm saying we, as in my people, why we still stuck in the same caveman mentalities of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and just want everything to stay the same, and we still play victimhood for anything. Everybody want to point at me, and they be like, "Oh well, yeah, it's easy for you to say it because you got money." The same people that say that forget that we used to be sitting next to each other sharing a bologna sandwich. The only difference between me and you is I didn't play the victim. I remember your parents wouldn't even let you come over my house because I had so many roaches in my house. They were scared you was gonna take some home with you and take them to their house. They forget all that. They just get amnesia the whole way, and then they still playing the same victim they was then. The only difference is I didn't want to be a victim. I said, ain't nobody coming to help me but me, and I got off my ass and did something about it. So finally, people crying all the time. Remember, I was raised in the hood, first day in the hood, drive-by shootings, drug dealers, the whole nine. And I thought I was about to close this live, but it looked like I got some more out there. But a drive-by has the whole nine. So I remember grandmas and people in the hood, that's a damn shame. They need to get the police in here and clean these streets up. Now, people come, now, oh, what the hell they doing in here? They trying to mess up our crime rate. Come on, man. I don't know why everybody still want to play victim. Are people worried about the wrong thing? Hell yeah, they're worried about the wrong thing. Everybody who got a comment about Chicago, Memphis, they don't listen to the people crying for help in these cities, but they got an opinion. They won't go to these damn cities themselves, but they got an opinion. Come on, how the hell that happened? Jay, thanks for the comment. So what if? Jay, I see what you're saying. Get the money. You're right. Get the money. Seeing people are lost. Thanks, Ian, for sending me another video example. What is your thoughts on high yield savings account? High yield savings account is better than zero. High yield savings accounts are better than zero. So high yield savings account right now, I believe is 4.3 or something like that. Hold on one second. I'm just looking it up right quick. Yeah, 4.39. High yield savings account is 4.39. That's better than 0.05% at the big banks, Bank of America, and all those other ones. So it's better than zero. But again, it's a safe play. If you listen into the government data, that inflation is like 3.2%, then it's higher than inflation. But again, you know that the government can change numbers just like that jobs report and bring it down to 911,000 at any time. But I believe inflation is higher than that. Of course, if you look at the inflation number, it's always minus gas, minus groceries and gas. Of course, the biggest inflationary things. So inflation is higher than that, but it's better than zero. But it's a safe play. And I said the victim mentality feels safer even though it keeps you trapped. Breaking free requires drastic change. Drastic change demands courage, vision, discipline. Change that mindset. Reveal hidden opportunities. Give the tools to build lasting generational wealth. I told you she's the smartest person in the house. That's it. It's easy. It's easy to be the victim. That's the easiest damn thing you could do. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because, I'm just gonna get out of here. Education is a real issue in gatekeeping. I keep saying I'm gonna get out of here, and somebody hit me with another one. Education is a real issue. It's just lack of knowledge. And I don't. When you say education, Ryan, I don't even believe you saying formal education. It's people refuse to even look up the truth. People rather go through life blind than look up the truth. Make it make sense. And then gatekeeping, Ryan, I used to believe it was gatekeeping also. That's exactly why I created this channel. But the truth is, you can lead horses to water and they still won't damn drink it. I think it's lack of discipline and people just don't want to do anything opposite or away from what their family been doing for generations. They guess they feel they be ostracized or something. But if my great grandma been playing victim and she got nothing out of it, then my grandma became victim and she got nothing out of it. Then my mom played victim and then she got nothing out of it. Why the hell am I gonna sit here and play victim and think, oh, I'm gonna get something out of it this time? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. All right, I'm really gonna get out of here this time, y'all. Y'all have a good one. We'll do this next week. And all other questions, I'll hit at it on another time. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.